Hi, Linda. Oh, almost fell. Oh my goodness, Linda, I am eating a piece of black sapote brownie. I don't know if you can see that very good. Oh my word. It is the bomb. Hey, Miss Brenda. It's so good. I'm saving the rest of it for David. I'm going to try. I went out to the car and got it. I was supposed to take it to him, but I didn't end up making another one. And just sitting at home with him. It's so good. And peppermint tea. I have to say, I put some peppermint in water. Let's see. Was it Sunday he was up here? No, Monday. No, Sunday. And today's Wednesday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So 3.5 days, and I already got roots on them that are 1/4 of an inch. Hey, Holly, how are you doing, honey? Hey, Miss Teresa. I look at this. You weren't on here yet, Teresa. Look at this brownie. It is so delicious. Absolutely delicious. That's made out of the black sapote. Oh, it is so good. Have you tried to make brownies or anything like that, Teresa? I know you can't have them, but every once in a while it's okay to cheat, I think. Ginger, why are you up my behind? That dog, she just can't stand it. She's got to be right next to me. So is it real cold where you're at, Holly? Everybody else here, I know it's cold where they're at. You try not to. Well, you don't know what you're missing. And there's chocolate chips and walnuts in that one. I'm so bad. Yes, I figured it was. So any of you guys notice anything different lately? Hello, Henry Leslie, Vermont. Oh, I'm going to tempt you, Teresa. You got to try it at least one time. You were in the 50 todays? Awesome. And you got up to 61 today. Nope. Same old glasses. Oh, and yeah, I am wearing makeup. I cut my hair. I cut about 12, 14 inches off of it. And I'm thinking about cutting more. And I promised you guys something, and the video is loading now, so I will do my best to put it up in the morning. But I wanted to load it to YouTube. I might load it. I mean, I might publish it tonight, but I'll probably hold off and do it in the morning because I get more views if I do it in the morning or at like right after 2 o'clock. Isn't that weird how if I put up a video tonight, nobody looks at it? Isn't that really weird? Yep, I got my hair cut. I cut my hair, I should say. I did a video about it, and then I said, David says when I cut the length off of it, I did a video, and he said, thank you. He said, they don't want to see that. I said, a lot of them ladies want to know how to cut their own hair, you know? And these bangs and stuff are really, really easy to cut, but you have to be very careful because if you're not told the little tricks of how to cut hair, you end up with, because see, my cowlicks are so strong. If I were to pull them down like this, they'd be all jacked up if I didn't do them that way. Oh, thank you, Teresa. It does feel better. I was getting because I've lost so much hair, it was so flat and still in the back is so thin. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like not even my own hair. So anyways, I promised you guys a trip to the beach. Well, it has been so rainy and dreary and yucky that I did not get to go until today. So I went to the beach and I showed you guys some awesome stuff. Now, some of the things I could, my memory stinks. So sometimes in my videos, I have to go back and say, okay, this was this plant, this was this plant, this was this plant. So that's what I did. So if you hear me saying, I don't know what this is, wait, I'll tell you what it is. I watched several videos on cutting hair and then started doing mine, but it's easier because it's curly. Yes, but with yours, Teresa, with doing curly hair, you have to know that an inch would not show much on me, but an inch on your hair might shrink your hair up 2 inches or more. So you can't take a whole lot at one time, or else you'll look like you've been scalped. Because what happens with curly hair, okay, you got a little spring, right? And it's going around and around and around. Well, when you cut the bottom of that spring off, it makes it pop up more because of the weight from that spring is not pulling that spring down. And that's the way it is with hair. Hey, Barb, how are you tonight? I've been cutting my own hair for a few years now. Yeah, I knew that. And you do a great job. I'm really impressed with how good you do with your hair. And the good thing about curly hair too is the mistakes are not visible. Like, okay, let me give you for instance. When my son was a little boy, he had snow white hair. I mean, beautiful cotton top. He was just absolutely beautiful. And if you did not know how to cut somebody's hair like his, you would have seen every single cut mark in his hair. So you have to be very, very careful with certain type of hairs, certain type of hair. I don't know how do you say it, coarseness or thickness, and it's just the thing that you have to learn as you're going through it. They can teach you until the sun comes home, but you have to learn by trial and error. So how did I get the mint tonight? That mint that I was in there growing roots on, I picked it up and looked at it, and I realized there was a piece that it did not get stuck down into the water. So I put it over in the hot tea whenever it came out, and then I made me a glass. I mean, in the glass, and put the hot tea in there, and then I put the ice in. It came out perfect. And I already have sprouts from my stuff that we planted on Sunday. And some of them that I planted a few days before that, I've got lettuce sprouts too. But the plants I got from Sunday are beans. We planted purple hull, pink eye, purple hull peas. And I thought I was done with the moths whenever I took the parrot food outside. No, they're still coming from the cockatiels' food, driving me insane. Hey, Miss Christy, how are you this evening? Mint grows wild in my meadow. Oh, I would just be so excited. I love it. I love peppermint. Now, I found out the hard way, the medication that I use for the radiation burns that I got, I brought it home, and I've got 3 containers full of lidocaine with spearmint in it. And I'm going to tell you something. I didn't even have that stuff on me. In a matter of 2 minutes, I could not breathe. And I was just literally, my sinuses were draining, and I was coughing and sneezing and carrying on. I had a full-on attack. When I realized what it was, I went in, took a shower, got it all off of me, and took some medicine and went to bed. Called the doctors. I had fought with the insurance and the pharmacies for days and days until I finally gave up and said, I'll just wait. They're making me wait for my medication until the 10th. And this was filled before, I think it was filled the last week in January. And I've been fighting all this time to get the medication. So that's how wonderful, wonderful our systems are. They give you a medication that is not what you normally take. Normally, I've got to I have got to buy myself a new chair. I'm going to be in the floor one of these days. This is what it frustrates me about the medication. All I did was open it and use it one time. Anything else in this world, you can take back and have it returned. You can return it to the people that you buy it from. Not with medicine. Once it leaves that door, once you pay for it, you don't even have to leave the door. And from now on, I'll be opening that and making sure that it doesn't, because I'm going to a different pharmacy now. And by the way, I was at Sam's Pharmacy for years and did really, really good. But I switched pharmacies because they had a prescription that was a lot cheaper at the discount in Merritt Island. So I went over there. Well, now I'm back at Sam's. Besides that, I get a great deal on Sam's anyways. Hey, Bub, how's it going? Yep, we are starting seeds. I fell asleep, but here now. Well, honey, you should have went ahead and stayed asleep. How's your arm? Y'all need to pray for him. He is in a lot of pain tonight. He's been in pain for a while over his shoulder, and he had to have a shot in the shoulder and his knee. Sorry. I didn't mean to sneeze on you. Hey, Dawn, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a while. That's two of you. You and Holly. Haven't seen you both in a while. That's really cool. Nice to see y'all. Yes, the healthcare system does stink. Let's see. Oh, and I have something else exciting. Yeah, I'm totally not doing my diet thing right. Y'all know I've been making bread like crazy. I'll probably gain back everything I lost. But tonight I made I don't know if you can see it. Well, ooey. There we go. That's the pizza I made before it was cooked. And that is it after it was cooked. Boy, it looks like it's burnt, don't it? It didn't get burnt, I promise. But it does look dark on here. I don't know how to do this so that I can get... It does look burnt, but it's not, I promise. It's a little brown, but not burnt like that. But it's really, really super good. It don't look burnt in my picture. I don't know why it's burnt up there. So I did that. There was something else I wanted to tell y'all about. Oh, and I did that from scratch too. I blame it. I know there was something else I was going to tell y'all about. Oh, well. Hiding from the cold. Now, how can you hide from the cold? You must have the stove going or something. Oh, thank you. It was delicious. I told David, I said, I ain't never going to buy pizza again. I haven't made pizza in years. I mean, the last time I made pizza was the year that we moved into this house. And me and my son, mostly me and my son, sometimes the girls too would chime in, but we would have what do you call it? We would have teams, and we would team up against each other. It was my team against Brian's team, and sometimes I'd have Becky, and sometimes I'd have Linda. We'd go back and forth, and a lot of times David was working or he was coming in, and he had to be the referee. So we would always give points on the best looking pizza, the best tasting pizza. I mean, we had all this little thing that we used to do. Oh my God, it was so much fun. So I was like, I've been telling David, I'm going to make pizza. I'm going to make pizza. I haven't made. So tonight he said, you ought to make you some pizza. Because it's what did he say? Pizza day, a holiday. It's some kind of holiday where you have pizza supposed to be eaten. National Pizza Day. That's what he said. That's what the gal on the radio told him. So he talked me into it, and I did it, and I'm really happy I did. I told him from now on I'm going to make some of them up, and I'm going to freeze them and have them ready to go. Then I don't ever mess with going to the pizza joints. You ain't hiding from the snow, you're hiding from your wife, okay? That's scary. You must have done something wrong, bub. Hubby says, I get mean when it's cold. Aww. I get cuddly. I tried to sweet talk David into coming down here and eating some of that pizza and hanging out with me and spending the night, but he didn't. He stayed at home because he's not feeling good. Uh-oh. Teresa's calling her, bub. You better watch out. She gonna tell her where you're at. Oh, are you leaving? Good night, Henry, Leslie, Vermont. Have a great night, hon. Oh, my goodness gracious. So I've been eating all kinds of crazy stuff and just, you wouldn't do that, bub. Do that too, bub, Teresa. Yes, you would, David. So I may stay home on Monday. I might be doing a live Monday. If I can get somebody to go and take care of Mr. Walt, I am going to spend the day at home. You don't know me then, David. Just kidding. Oh, Bob. Good one, Teresa. So, Monday is Valentine's Day. I hope you guys all have some wonderful people to spend it with. And I hope that you're all nice to each other. Hello, Vicky Palin. Yes, thank you for coming in and checking out my video today. I saw that and answered you. Lowest temperature early in the morning is about 12. And in the daytime, it's about 28. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. We were talking, Vicky, about the black sapote that I grow. David's Mule Train Homestead on here, he's the one that has the white sapote. But I have the black sapote, and I make some delicious brownies from it. Oh my goodness, it is so good. David, she said it took her 9 years for her white sapote to fruit. She had grown it from a seed. So, let's see, what else have I been doing up? I really want to go kayaking so badly, but I don't think that the weather is going to free up at all this week. Well, Saturday it's going to be 76 degrees, so we could probably do it then, but not this Thursday, not tomorrow, but a week from Thursday. The high is going to be 78, and then Friday is 83. So it looks like it's going to go up next week. But this week is going to fish out in the 60s and 70s. All right, honey. I'll see you when you get back in. Oh, hey, Shelly. I didn't see you come in, babe. Oh, thank you. I decided to cut my bangs. How do you like them? Is there a big difference in the taste between white and black? Oh, yes. They're two different fruit. Totally different fruit. Totally different fruit. And both of them are tropical, so you can't grow them where you're at. I'm sorry. Now, how tall is your greenhouse going to be? You might be able to get away with keeping, if you could keep that temperature in your greenhouse above 30, I would say you'd probably be able to grow a black sapote in your greenhouse. I don't know about a white sapote, though. Oh, thank you. I looked in the mirror without makeup, and I see my mother. Now, y'all know I've told you all along I look just like my grandmother. No. There's no doubt in you. You put me and my mama next to each other. There's no doubt we're family. Thank you, Bub. You tell him. I did buy some new makeup at the Wally World. No, they don't taste the same. White sapote is in citrus family, and black sapote is not. Christy. I've been seeing my mama a lot in the mirror lately, too. Isn't that funny? All these years I've seen my grandmother. Now I'm seeing, maybe it's because, okay, maybe, just maybe, it's because I was so chunky. And now that I've lost weight, my mom's much thinner. So maybe that's why I'm seeing my mom now, and I'd always seen my grandmother before. And you couldn't, I mean, you could put my mom and my grandmother together and know that they were family too. The high tower will be tall enough to get the tractor in it. I think you could, if you kept it topped and cut back, you could probably grow white sapote. But you know, you guys, do y'all get a lot of temperatures below 30? I don't know what that word means. I'm sorry, Vicky. Diosporious. Black sapote is another name for it is chocolate pudding fruit, but it's in the persimmon family, and if you don't let them get good and ripe, you'll never want to touch another one. And I cut my tree down twice because I ate it before it was ripe. I did not know how to know when it was ripe. I thought it was ripe. And I wanted to get it before it got all mushy. Right? Not. It was so gross. So I hope everybody had a good week. I mean, I know it's been crazy weather for all of us. But I hope that you guys have had good things other than the terrible weather. We typically don't get many nights below 30 during the winter. So you might be able to grow this because, let me tell you, this is very, very, once you get it established, it's a very hard tree to kill. And I think if you put it in the woods, or somewhere where it would get some, how do I say this, residual heat from other plants, I think it might live there. I think it might survive, actually. I would definitely put it in the warmest place in your property, and you will love it. You really will. And the animals love it too. Although I think my rooster ate one of the seeds. I think that's what got him. I'm seeing my dad in the mirror, and you all know that I running around naked. I'm freaking out. You're a mess, bub. I never know what you're going to say. So, oh my goodness. I can't wait until the next meetup when we meet again in September. I'm just like, oh, do you guys realize how fast time is flying by? I just can't get over how fast. It's already February. And we were just at the picnic. Tell about black sapote pancakes and brownies that you bake. I told him about the brownies, honey. See? I've been eating the brownie that I was supposed to be bringing you. The black sapote pancakes now, I mix it in with the mixture. I make the mixture a little drier because the black sapote is really wet and really dense. And it the kids absolutely, they beg me for it. So then I also, Teresa made a different recipe with her black sapotes, but then she made a different recipe after that one. So I kind of went on my own and made my own can't think of what it's called, mousse. I put black sapote in cool, well, I whipped up black sapote and got it really good and soft and everything. And then I took Cool Whip and I folded that in really good. And then I added in some of my honey that I grow, which I can't wait. Well, y'all, I done something. I just have to confess. I splurged on a gift for myself, a few, actually 3. Y'all know I got bees, and when I get the honey, I've been taking the whole cone and everything. It's hard on the bees. They really need you to spin that honey. And so I bought a honey spinner. And not only did I do that, I bought a heat knife and a strainer colander thing. So I was going to put up a video. I still may do that. I made a video of unboxing it, but I haven't put it together, so I haven't finished the video that I was going to make. But y'all know I'm crazy. I tell everything. I can't wait. I'm very how you say? I can't even wait for Christmas presents. I got to tell you, I have to, like with David, I have to give him his gifts because I just can't stand it. It drives me insane. Busy doing taxes, spending a small fortune, it seems. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I missed something. Poor Janice. I'm about to bust. My community tab showed up finally. I don't know what that is. If I ran around naked, I would have. Oh, Janice. Duh, Cathy. Bub's wife. I wondered who's she talking about. If I ran around naked, I would have to blindfold myself. That's a good one, Christy, but that ain't true. Gas needs to go down and get rid of Joey, amen, before we go to Kentucky. Yeah, but we're probably going to go anyways, honey, because you know how I am. I get my way, right? Because you love me. We can always put that little camper on the back of that truck, like I was telling you, and throw a mattress in the back there and sleep in the back. I don't have a problem with that. We can cover up the windows and have fun. Looking forward to seeing you guys again at the Heartland Homesteaders Picnic, Cathy. We are too, Bob. We love you, even though you get goofy sometimes and run around naked. Yeah, it is a good investment, and I'll tell you why, Christy. Because, okay, I could, and I said this, I think, in the video, or I'm going to say it if I haven't already said it. When we join the bee clubs and stuff like that, the bee club in Palm Bay will spin our honey for free. But I got to thinking, do I really want to take my frames to a place where a whole bunch of people are bringing in their frames and spinning them? And you guys know, I mean, Linda, I know you're learning about this. So you will understand where I'm coming from. Okay. There's things called vermilites. Anyway, they're a little teeny tiny little mite that gets on to the bees and ends up killing the hive after they get so many of them. And I'm not good with pronunciation, so y'all will know if you look them up. And y'all know whenever we were in the hives last time, you seen me killing those hive beetles. Well, there's things like that I don't want to bring. I don't want to put my frame into a big old spinner that somebody else's frame's been in and they haven't cleaned it between times. And I know they don't do that. So, I mean, not saying that this would ever happen, but my thought process is there's things that contaminate your stuff, and I don't want any contaminants coming from the beehives spinner to my beehives. Even though I originally got my bees from the bee club, and I'm sure that they've had spinning and stuff, but I've had my bees for a couple of years now, and I don't want, I've lost a queen and had to requeen her and different stuff, but that's not any big major catastrophe. I've been very, very fortunate not to have problems with viramites or volamites or whatever they're called. And there's a lot of other little insects and stuff. Hey, Nancy, how's it going, honey? I hope your mom had a great birthday. So I don't want to bring that into my hive. So I decided that it will save me money in the long run because I won't have to replace any queens. I won't have to replace any hives. I won't have to try to freeze things and do weird stuff. And if something happens, I'll be infecting my own girls. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So I just felt like it's the best investment that I could do for myself. And that way, my girls, I'm not taking away from them other than the honey, because it takes them so much energy to build out those frames to turn right around and have somebody take that cone out. That cone is very, very, very important to them. And it takes a lot more food, a lot more foraging and stuff for them to make the cone and then to make the honey. So that's why I did. I'm glad she did. Cool. I miss you guys. I wish I could see you guys. We're going to have to get together one of these days and have a lunch. You and your mom. Is her sister still living with her, Nancy? Oh, thank you, Linda. Yeah, hit the thumbs up if you can. It's because I treated your hive for mites. Yes, I know, darling, but we just did that not too long ago. And I haven't had any problems with them. So I'm just saying. I just think that it's better for you and I to have our own stuff to grow from. And that way, too, I can literally walk in the house with it, spin it, and take it right back out there. And the girls will have it, and I won't have to do nothing. Do you get more honey from spinning the frames? How do I explain this? Hey, Glenn. No, Evelyn moved back to Maryland. Oh, okay. Okay, with honey, it will look like you don't have as much volume because the cone's not there for the weight to make the, like, okay. You'll probably lose, if you took the cone out of a pint-sized jar, you would probably lose maybe about 1/10 of that jar, or maybe more, depending on how thick the cone is and how dense it is and that kind of stuff, because it's all about weight. It's like putting the ice in the glass, you know. It takes up space and weight, so it makes the honey go up higher. And spinning it makes it so much cleaner, and I'll end up with more honey because it's clean and it won't have wax in it, because the cone is made out of a wax. So I spoiled myself and got myself something that I really, 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 really wanted. And I'm thinking about getting some more meat birds, guys. Fluid displacement is what you're describing. Yes, yes. I like the wax cone in the hoodie. Honey. Oh. I'm excited for you. Me too. I just can't wait. So I might even be bringing some honey to the thingy. Hey, Julie, how are you tonight? We have a wild hive somewhere. I'm allergic to bees, so I am not the one to mess with. Where do you live, Julie? I'm ready to get moved and start gardening again. Oh, yes. I know what you mean. We want some property so bad out where we can just raise as many bees as we want, as many trees and flowers and plants, and just do whatever we want to. And it's just killing us. But property is so expensive here in Florida, and for us to get it somewhere else, we could buy a property up in Kentucky and probably get one at a decent price. South Central Kansas. East of I-35, just north of Oklahoma. Julie, I'd find somebody that is near you that would literally rescue them. They usually like abandoned buildings and stuff like that. Are you seeing a lot on your property? Is that how you know that there's a hive near? We use the honeycomb as chewing gum. Yes, and it's good. And don't get me wrong, I love it like that. But when I'm making like tea and stuff like that, it's kind of weird seeing wax floating in your glass. I drink it because it's good for you anyways. I bet, Christy, I hope it is soon. Yep. Hey, Life with Belinda and Chuck. I don't know if this is Belinda or Chuck, but hi. Charlie Dog and I stayed in the neighbor's off-grid cabin this weekend. First time I used the wood stove. I meant to ask you, how did it go? And are you back at home now? That happened, Shelley. Put it in a pan in warm, not hot water, and it will melt it without getting rid of the good stuff in it. Yep. Honey will crystallize too if it's in the refrigerator. I'm sorry I missed that comment, Shelley. She's right, though. You don't want to ever heat honey at a hot temperature, because then you kill all the beautiful bacteria that's in it that helps you with your, especially if it's local honey, it will help you with your sinus issues and all kinds of stuff. We have 50 acres for sale in Western Kentucky. Yeah, but it's more money than I got. And I can't have all my beautiful fruit trees. I told David, I said, if we do move somewheres up north, we're keeping my house just so I can have all this fruit trees. And we'll come back and forth. Oh. They were in our pecan in front yard after a flood. They are in a dead tree along the river, I think. Oh. It would be nice if I don't want to say a beekeeper, because I think that the little guy should be able to get them, but if somebody, wanted to start out with new bees, that would be the way to do it, is to capture them. Like, say for instance, if you live closer to 6 acres, Linda is going to be starting bees come spring. She would be the perfect person to give that ability to get those bees, because she could harvest those bees and put them in a box on her property, and they would stay there most likely. Sometimes they'll leave, but most likely they'll stay there. If you capture the queen and keep her in a little thing for a few days and let them chew their way to her and let her out, they'll usually stay in that box. So it's really, really good for a lot of reasons. And then you can split them later on and make more hives. And that's what I'm going to do come probably maybe around summer. I think I might split mine again. And depends on how many bees are in there. And get me a new queen. Let's see, have I missed anything? Let's see. I wish I could buy it. But Paul has a good job here. They buzz me when it gets about 45 and up. It's never been in the fridge. Okay. Well, but you guys do get pretty cold there, so maybe it just, I wouldn't worry about it. Honey is not something that ever goes bad if it's natural honey. If it's processed and there's water in it, it could go bad, but not normal honey that you get from the bees. Back home now, it has awesomely quiet and peaceful. And now I know why I see people with wood stoves in shorts. You must have cooked yourself out, huh? Did you crack the door? Now you know what poor lady Teresa has to go through, because Lee will cook her out if he gets a hold of that stove. Yes, it is. It is. Oh, we would love a place there so bad. Yeah, but they still sometimes they get nasty cold too, Brenda. You're welcome, Julie. I'm glad. I hope that you can find somebody. I would just talk with my friends, or if you've got I don't know if you talk to other YouTubers near you or whatever. It's so easy to find somebody that will come and get those and take them so they won't be hurting you. Love you bunches, Cathy. It's bedtime. Thanks for the great conversation. Good night. All right, honey. Is it getting? Yeah, it's close to that time, ain't it? Thanks for coming in, Shelly. Sweet dreams, girlfriend. You, David, can sell one of your property in Florida and have a great place in Kentucky. I know, that's right. I could get good money for this house. I'd have to fix it up some, but I just, isn't it awful? I just don't want to lose all my fruit trees. David's working on that, Bob. He says, I'm immediately thought of Teresa, haha. Andy got the wood stove going for me and I was opening the windows. That's a good one. I work at a gas station that caters to the farm. One of those old men will know of somebody. That's true. And maybe one of those old men might want to harvest them. Even, some people that have farms put bees on their farm so it'll pollinate their crops. So Cathy, was in the 50s today, but it didn't melt all the snow. Oh, wow. That's crazy. I can't wait till you guys see the video tomorrow. Y'all asked me for a beach video, and it's coming out tomorrow. And it was a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. When I went to the beach this morning, out there to help Walt, it was gray and nasty and yucky and raining, and it was just awful. Oh, not here. They spray all the time somewhere. Wow. All right, honey, I love you. Good night. So anyways, guys, is there anybody that needs any prayers? If you come to Kentucky, I'm your fruit tree. We knew that, bub, already. But you got some pretty good fruit, I hope. Teresa says you're a nut. Oh, goodness gracious. Poor bub. Oh. Okay, so I don't see any prayers coming up. It must have been a good week. I'm going to go ahead and pray, and then we can talk a few more minutes, and then I'm going to get off of here. I need prayer. Haven't talked to my daughter since Christmas Eve. Miss her and my grandgirl. Okay. I will definitely put that in there, Christy. I'm having a rough time with my mom, guys. She's just like, I don't know. Something's going on over there, and she's not really. She used to come over several times a week and see me. I don't think I've seen her 2 times in over a month. So definitely keep that in your prayers. I mean, I talk to her every day, but still she's like not wanting to leave the house, and I haven't had time to get over there. And it's like, okay, Mom, if you're okay, come on over. Pray for the truckers in Canada. What's going on with the truckers, Brenda? Please keep my brother in your prayers. Upcoming heart surgery. Okay. Where? I hope this one works. Y'all, that's why I use pencils a lot. Because these stinking pens never stay. Oh, that's pencil. That's out of lead. Okay. Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate that. What's going on with the Canadian truckers? Did you answer that? And y'all keep me in your prayers on Monday, especially. I'm going to try and do a live stream, and I'm going to try to take the day off because that's my daughter's birthday, and I miss her terribly. And it's been really rough this year and at different times. And I don't know. I just want to spend the day with maybe David and hang around the house or do something. My husband pulled a tendon in his foot and ankle. Okay, Julie's husband. Let's see. Good night, Bob. The truckers have a big convoy going, trying to get the government to drop all the mandates. Okay. Is that a good thing? I don't know what you're talking about, mandates. Is that for the nasty word sickness mandates, or I'm confused. Y'all know I don't watch the news. I don't know nothing about the news. Although I did get an article that I'm going to read up on today about the deers having the nasty C. And I can't remember what city he told me it was in, but I got to read the article. Getting my hip x-rayed tomorrow, okay? Teresa. Yeah. Maybe you'll find out what's wrong with you, darling. Truckers in the U.S. is getting ready to start. Stock up and support them. Yes. There's Cathy and everyone else. Thank you, Barb. I've aggravated an old injury in my shoulder. Pretty painful. Okay. Okay. Yes, here in Iowa, deer tested positive. Yep. Thanks, Linda. I don't want to have hip replacement. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pray, and then we can talk a little bit more. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this time that we've got together, Lord. I just appreciate so much my friends coming on here to take time out of their day to spend with me. I thank you, Lord, that I'm able to pray for them and their needs, and I pray, Lord, that they feel that they can tell me anything, that I will gladly lift them up to you, Lord. Lord, I want to lift up David. He's had a really, 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 really rough time with that knee and the shoulder now, too, from falling here and everything, and just miserable. I pray, Lord, that you heal his knee and his shoulder and let the shots do their thing. And Lord, I want to lift Christy up, heal her shoulder, Lord. Take away that pain, make her whole again. And Lord, I don't know what's going on, why she hasn't been able to talk to her daughter. But Lord, break those bonds and make them glued back together again. Fix them better than ever. And find a way that they can get back to each other and so she can see her granddaughter. And Lord, please open up the ability to be able to have her own place in Tennessee, fixed up and able to move there quickly, Lord, so she can have a much better life and not no stress from that crazy neighbor of hers. Lord, I want to lift up the truckers in Canada. I'm not really sure all what it's about, but I kind of understand a little bit, I think, what it's about. If it's about lifting things that you need lifted, take care of it and let them have their way, Lord. I'm sure that it's about time that somebody stood up and said, hey, this is not right and we're not going to be putting up with this anymore. So fix whatever it is. And Lord, I want to lift up Linda's brother. Let him have his surgery and it go perfectly. Help it heal him totally and not have any surprises. Lord, let it all heal very quickly and do a fantastic job, and so that he has a much better life, Lord. And I want to lift up Julie's husband's injury, Lord. Heal his foot and his ankle, and I know those tendons are really paining the behind whenever you're hurting so bad, Lord. I know that you can ease his pain and make him better and whole all over again, Lord. And I want to lift up Teresa. Lord, you know she's my best buddy. I love her so much, and I hate that she's going through so much pain all the time. I pray, Lord, that you find out what's wrong with her hip and let it be something simple, and that maybe she has something like I had where they just have to clean out the joint or something like that. I don't know. Just make it easy for her so she's not in pain anymore, and let them find a way to fix it for her, Lord. At least, maybe find out what's wrong so that she knows how to treat it, Lord. I ask these things in your precious name, Lord. Amen. Um, Most animals test positive for C. They always have. It's just a scare tactic. Yeah, that's what I think. You're welcome, honey. I love you. I think that what I think is really weird is, okay, maybe I just think differently. But these deer aren't dying from this that I know of, are they? I mean, are they finding deer dead all over the place? I mean, come on now, what is going on with this? Why is this affecting humans differently than it's affecting the animals? I understand that they're doing this on carcasses that have been hit, but you guys know that even us traveling to Kentucky, we see deer on the roads all the time that have been hit by cars. Sorry. Try not to sneeze again. So what my thought process is, okay, why aren't the deer dying from this? Why aren't or are they? Why aren't they putting that kind of information in these articles that I have read? I read one in one weekly thingy that Walt gets, and then this one I'm going to read came from the New York Times, because he's all of a sudden getting the New York Times. And I don't mess with any of the news or anything. I don't believe. It's so full of load of crap all the time that I just don't ever waste my time with it. But I really wanted to know. He told me about it because he knew I would be interested, because he knows I'm a deer hunter. But I'm thinking to myself, okay, so if the deer have it, I wouldn't be eating no raw deer meat, because you might be able to pass it to yourself, right? I know we cook everything, so it's probably all going to be good. But I'm just thinking, okay, can it be passed to us? Cleaning the deer, or could that be why hunting season there's much more outbreak of it? I don't know. Weird things I go through my mind. You guys know I don't think normally. I try to figure out everything and make sure that I cover all my bases. My daughter says, Mom, you're a conspiracist. No, I'm not a conspiracist. I have to think of everything that may fix everything. Yeah, I do too. If I don't, I'll just go out and take care of them. But I would just love to be able to I've only had Sundays to myself, me and David, since I went out there and started helping him. And it's playing a toll on my whole situation here. I have to, when I get home, I'm like on it. I have to feed animals, and first thing I get up in the morning, I gotta feed animals, and it's like it's not it's chores now. It's not, oh, I get to watch my chickens play, It's like, oh, I gotta feed them because they're gonna starve to death. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, it's just different now. Kansas have a lot of deer. They told us there's a lot of dumping disease. But that wasn't what the small processor said statewide. I don't know what dumping disease is, but just hope they don't put down the deer. They did that to some animals in Europe. Yes, something, I did start a little bit of it. Something was about the minks or something. The mink farms, they killed all the minks, and I'm like, why would they do that? Yeah, I do too, Christy. And believe it or not, I have to come to the conclusion that these storm, I believe, Walt and I talk about this stuff all the time. And, if it's airborne, the 6 feet thingy is not going to be, is not, how do I say this? It's not, I don't believe a 6 feet ever was a protective thing for us. Because when you sneeze, those of you guys who like to get into different things that I like to do, or when thinking about wind and light reflections and stuff, I think about weird stuff. Anyways, say you're in a grocery store and you're standing at the thing and you sneeze, and the air conditioner is blowing straight down on your side, it's going to blow all of your sneeze onto any product that is standing right there next to the thing. Then you're touching that. You pick up a candy bar for your kid and you buy your kid a candy bar, and then you've touched somebody's sneeze. I mean, there's so many ways that I believe that you can get this that they don't even put out there. Now, I also believe, and I've also, a lot of people are going to probably criticize me for saying this, but I believe that in life, we don't ever draw immunities to anything until we actually catch something and it goes through our system. So those people who have had it are building their bodies to protect themselves. Let's see here. Hi, Tiny Tim Posey. How are you? Question: what kind of wild animals makes a big poop about a foot across? I found the mega poop on the property. I would say bear. would definitely and it's got kind of form, but this is not the time of year for that. So I would think that they would be in hibernation right now. Dear sweet Jesus. I don't think you have moose there. Now they might have there is people been saying about elk. Elk have bigger poos too. I would look up animal scat. I know you don't have moose there because they're more up north. But they did bring in the Appalachians, I believe they brought in, I think, Teresa, weren't we talking about this, that they brought in some elk or something? Elk herds to the Appalachian Mountains? Bigfoot. That's too funny, Brenda. It was a big round pile. Then you probably got a cow or something that's loose on your property. If it's big round pile, I would say it's probably a cow. I wouldn't worry about it. You next time, Christy, when you see something like that, take a picture and send it to me. Yeah, they brought in red elk. Yep. But I think elk have pellets. They poop pellet, brown pellets like that, I believe. And like moose. Moose have the same kind of pellet type poo. Yeah, I think it sounds like a cow myself. Because a bear is usually kind of stacked on itself and have berries and nuts and stuff like that into it too. If it's still there, I'm going to take a picture. Cool. So, yeah, I think I would say most likely it was a cow. That's why they call them cow pucks, because when they're dried, back in the old days, I think the kids used to pick them up and pitch them at each other. That's too funny. Good one. All right, guys. I thank you all for coming in. It's been a great talk tonight. And I can't wait to talk to y'all again. Hopefully we'll talk Monday. If I go live Monday at noon, I will see you then. And if not, I'll see you on Wednesday. Sweet dreams, y'all. Good night.